Welcome back to the Seeking Success podcast, guys, the number one podcast in Toronto. And today, we have Dude McFly. This dude did not need an intro, but he might have got triggered by saying this is the number one podcast because he also has a podcast in Toronto.
A competition.
So,
Nah, it's just like the radio station. I know everybody just says, you know what I mean? We can't even, there's no way for us to even track who's number
Maybe
one.
by
really.
views? I don't know.
Huh? I don't even, but even with that, like, how do you guys get to see, you know, with the streaming, you got to check like every single one to get the actual numbers.
Yeah.
And there's no like one hub
For sure.
for all of it.
That's
so
true.
it's like, who knows what the numbers even are? I don't even know what our numbers are.
I think for video we do very, very well. For audio we do shit.
We complete opposite. For audio,
Really?
dude, we do amazing. Videos, trash.
really?
Yeah.
Maybe we need to like learn
Yeah,
off each other.
yeah.
We were audio for so long, so I guess majority of our listeners were so accustomed to audio for so long, and plus they want to do things. They're used to like being at work or doing chores or working out and then listening to it. So can't even do that when you're watching it.
Okay.
That's
now,
actually
do
interesting.
you want us to call you by Dude McFly? You want us to call you just by
Anything
Marlon?
you want. Yeah, Marlon, do Mcfly, it doesn't matter.
All right, sweet. Now we got to ask, man. Actually, before we do anything, give us an intro, man. For those who are not familiar with the face, who is Marlon?
I'm a comedian, actor, podcast host, MC. I host a podcast weekly called Extra Gravy Show.
Yes, sir.
I do stand-up comedy. I host two different event series called Midnight Society, which is a listening event. And I also do another Versus series, which is just a party series, basically.
Okay, dope.
Okay, sweet. We have a quick rapid fire. We did a little bit of research on you. We just want to hear your insight on some of the things that we have here. So, is it true that you started acting at the age of 6 at your church?
Yeah. When I was in church, you know, they always have like little church plays, especially Christmas time. It's the same exact play every single time. But yeah, they'd always like pick me to play Joseph, and it was fun. That's when I started like getting used to attention and stuff like that.
Getting on stage. You never have stage fright when you started? Were you just always that kid?
Nah, not really. Yeah, no, I loved attention too much to even focus on that, which is probably a good thing.
Yeah,
Wait,
for
so
sure.
you said you were playing Joseph at the age of 6?
Yeah, they made me play Joseph, Joseph and Mary, and Jesus the manger and stuff. It was like a kid play for the church or whatever. It honestly, I feel it was like just something to just keep us occupied.
Right.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Okay.
Okay, and then you were finalist in the Much Music JV search in 2009, actually.
Yeah, 2009. Yeah.
How, like, what was that process like? Did that help you bust into the
crazy.
mainstream?
Yeah, it was like basically they were doing their first online competition. They had done like a reality show series before, and my co-host Norm, he was actually on the first season of it.
Sweet.
And so like this one, it was just purely online, getting votes and getting people to rate you 5 stars. And so you had to make like an intro video. A friend of mine, she came down, filmed the whole thing,
Sweet.
edited it for me. I didn't know how to do any of that.
Okay.
And she did that for me. Shout out to her. And that basically put me into the competition of like 32 people. And then they cut that down to 16, and then they cut it down to 8, and then 4. And me, my boy Lath, and 2 other girls were the last 4.
Jeez.
And we had to host Much Music on demand. It was like 106 in Park back in the day for us. And we had to host that live 5 days in a row.
Yeah.
Whoa, 5 days in a row.
Yeah, so we kind of just got thrust into it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but it was fun. It was
That's
a great
crazy.
experience. I came in second to Liz Trinier, who's on E-Talk now, I think.
Right on. And then the next year, you got to host your own show, right? The Dot?
The Dot, the radio show. Yeah, after
You almost forgot about his own show.
no, I thought you said the Dawn. I'm like the Dawn, but the Dot. Yeah, it was so weird how that happened. Like some random Sri Lankan guy DM'd me on Facebook and was just like, "Hey, we want to talk about giving you your own radio show on our channel." On our radio station, and the whole radio station was just like none of it was English but our show. So
wait,
I was like, why do you guys want us? I was so confused.
Damn.
But it was dope. We got to be on radio once a week, and it was just a lot of fun. Yeah, it was just a lot of fun. But like, wasn't really any like framework. Like there wasn't anybody telling us how to do it. We kind of just went in there. We had one producer with us, and we just do whatever.
Wait, so what did you guys talk about? Like just
We'd play music. We'd have a topic every week that we'd have people call in.
Oh, dope.
And
Okay,
people could call
interactive.
in, and then we'd like interact with them. But for the most part, we just played music that we found throughout the week that we like.
Okay.
And so I still go on record as saying this, that we are the first people to play Frank Ocean on radio. I'm pretty sure. I'm
Really?
pretty sure. Like
That's dope.
I don't even know how I would be able to check that, but I remember the day his song "We All Try" came
Okay.
out. It was like an hour before we went to the station. And I was like, yo, have you heard this? Like, the song is fire. I'm going to play it on the show. I'm going to play it on the show. And people kept calling in and being like, yo, could you play that song again?
Oh, shit.
And we played it like 5 or 6 times.
So you guys put Frank Ocean on?
No. Definitely did not put it on. But I will say I'm pretty sure we're the first one to play him on radio.
All right, dope. And then, okay, this was crazy because when I read this, I was actually shook. You opened for PopCon in 2012?
Yeah. We did a song, Bada Bada, back in the day, me and my boy Slinky.
Yeah.
And it was out for probably like a week. And PopCon's concert was happening. And my boy was one of the DJs on it. He's like, yo, you guys have to perform that song. Yo, I'm going to get you guys on.
That's crazy.
And he got us onto the show. And we were so late. Like we parked, like, I don't know if you know Rebel.
Yeah.
So that used to be, what do they call it? I can't remember what it used to be called, but it used to have a different name, different look and everything. And we parked up at the top of the street there where that Vietnamese grocery store is.
Yes. It's closed now.
Up there. Yeah, it's closed now. Parked up there and we started running down because there's no parking anywhere else. So we're running down. We get to the front of the line and they're like patting us down and stuff. And we hear them call our name to come on stage while they're patting us down. So we're like, fuck. So then we go, we run, we're pushing through people in the crowd. They're like, Marlon and Slinky, where you at?
Crazy.
We run. We had to go straight, literally from the car to the stage. And we didn't really get to really process anything until afterwards. It was wild.
How'd you guys perform though? You guys crushed?
It was dope. It was really good. It was crazy. People knew the words.
No way.
Like people were singing it. Like the front row, there was like at least 10 or 12 girls that knew like every word of the song. And I was like, that was crazy to me.
Phenomenal. And how many people were in the audience total?
Oh, it was like a couple thousand people.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's
That's
probably
pretty
like
crazy.
1,000, 2,000 people. It was
That's
wild.
crazy. All right. And then this is the last one, bro. And then we're going to actually jump to the interview segment of this, okay? I'm just going to say a phrase, and then you could choose to add on to this or not, okay? Coach Carter movie, jacket on lap.
Good times. Good times.
All right.
I'll leave it at that.
All right.
What's
If
the
you know, you
context on
know.
that one?
I got jerked off in a Coach Carter movie. That's basically what he's talking about. This girl gave me a hand job during Coach Carter. It was great. It was a good time.
It was your first hand job, yeah?
Huh?
Was it-
That was my first hand job ever. Yeah.
Wait.
I wasn't looking at the screen though. Don't worry.
This is while
I had other motivation.
wait, this is while you were watching the movie.
No, I wasn't. Well, yeah, we were in the movie, but I wasn't watching the movie. If you know.
What
what
was
I
this at like STC or something?
mean. It was actually Vaughn, like Highway 7 in
okay.
Woodbridge. Yeah, that big like spaceship theater. It looks like a spaceship.
Yeah.
That one.
Okay,
That's
right on. Well, that was a warm up, guys. We like to go in and try to nardware people. I mean, you're at this point, like you're so well known. It's hard to dig up stuff that's not without a PI. But
I'm an open book.
jacket on top was the best we could do for this one.
So let's actually talk about YouTube and the whole social media aspect of things. How did you start on YouTube, and how is that taking you today?
Well, the VJ search, after finishing the VJ search, I decided I wanted to go back to college and do media because now I'm like, oh, I know exactly what I want to do now.
Right.
And the program I was in, they'd let you like take cameras. You could rent cameras for like 2-3 days.
Okay, sweet.
And I noticed that if I rented on Thursday, I wouldn't have to bring it back until Monday. Because 2
weekend,
days,
yeah.
it would lead into the weekend. So I was like, okay, bet. So I would take the camera and just like film stuff with my friends. Like, and I wasn't really doing anything with it. And I had just gotten a MacBook because I was going to college. And I remember it was my friend's birthday, and the cooking dance was like the biggest thing at that time. Like Lil B's cooking dance. He's just doing the cooking shit. And that was like the thing at the time. And me and my friends were playing the song, and I pressed record, and we started just like filming, like doing the cooking dance or whatever.
Damn.
And I put that on YouTube just for fun. And that went like, it was like 9,000 views, but I was like, whoa, like,
That's crazy.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
And then I just kept filming stuff randomly. And I wasn't even thinking, I didn't know about YouTubing. I didn't know it was a job. I didn't know any of that stuff. And we put up this video doing skits and making fun of masturbating. And that video ended up on World Star.
Damn.
And went super viral. This is when World Star was like
Yeah.
crack. It was
Yeah.
like the site.
What year was this?
2010,
Wow.
2011, somewhere around there. And yeah, after that, I think I put up a video of how to charge your BlackBerry faster.
Okay.
Because people didn't know about airplane mode at that time. Airplane mode was like, it was like the first time it had even rolled out
Right.
on the BlackBerry. And I was like, yo, if you put on airplane mode and charge it, it charges 10 times faster.
Yeah.
That went viral. I was like, what the fuck? I was so confused. Like 200,000 views. And yeah, I just kept making videos and just randomly putting them out. And people were gravitating towards them. I remember when it ended up on World Star, my phone blew up. And it was like girls hitting me up and I'm just like, yeah. This is what I gotta do now. So I at first, honestly, we were just doing it. I remember the third video we did was putting on makeup like the worst way possible. Because these girls put out a challenge to their viewers to put on makeup horribly, but film it and send it to them. And we wanted to get these two girls' attention. They were twins. They were from LA. They were so sexy. But they had a huge fan base. So like try and talk to them on Twitter. None of that stuff would work.
Yeah.
So we're like, yo, if we make this video, we're gonna be the only guys that make the video. So we made the video, and they're the first people to comment. And so back in the day when a YouTuber would comment under something, and if you were subscribed to them, on the home page it would show this YouTuber commented on this video, and people would just go to that video because like, oh, I like this person and they like that, so I'll just check it out. And just a flood of girls just all going down in the comments. It was crazy. And after that, I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna keep making this for girls.
That's phenomenal. Yo, YouTube should bring that feature back. By the way, that's such a.
Weren't they supposed
That's
to?
That's what YouTube was the greatest, man. Like, you used to be able to do response videos, and it would put everyone's response video under the original video. Like it was so much chances for exposure back then. It's like completely gone now.
Now YouTube is so professional, man. It feels like it's a TV or movie.
I barely do it anymore.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Do you guys remember when the YouTube the banners used to be like two like vertical banners on the channel, bro?
I actually did this. What was that Wayback Machine site?
Yeah.
And I looked at my old YouTube channel. I was like, yo, I forgot like the wallpaper. It was wild. Yeah.
Damn. That's actually, bro, I feel so nostalgic right now.
Yeah, for real.
Like, holy shit.
The Jamaican series really popped you off, right? 'Cause some of your most popular videos are the Jamaican series. What made you do those ones?
Honestly, at the time, I was seeing some, like, there wasn't much Jamaican comedy online that I could find, other than like stage plays and stuff like that. And then some of the ones that I did find people weren't Jamaican. They were just doing it. And I was
crazy.
Like, it was more so like a pride thing. Like, nah, that can't represent us. Type thing. And so, I can't remember what the first Jamaican video I ever made was, but I know Shit Jamaican People Say was the one that took off.
Crazy.
And it took off the back of Shit Toronto People Say. If Shit Toronto People Say didn't do so well at first, I don't think Shit Jamaican People Say would have gotten that much attention. But they were like, I think 5 days apart we made them.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think it was like that long of a period. And yeah, man, it just popped off, went crazy.
That's crazy.
Let's actually asking about our priming theory. So do you believe that? So we have this theory, right, where if we start posting a different type of content. So for example, I was posting crypto content, and then I transitioned more into like entertainment, public interview type of videos, right? And so we have this theory that even for Instagram Reels, TikTok Shorts, you have to kind of prime the algorithm by putting out videos first. They'll do dog shit, but eventually it will get better. Do you believe that's true, or do you think it's bullshit?
I think it's true for some. I don't think it's true for everybody. I think it really depends on your niche, first of all.
Okay.
And honestly, with TikTok, it depends on your skin color sometimes.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I do think so. Like, all these sites can detect when you're looking at the screen. And when you're like watching something or zooming in. So why wouldn't they be able to tell if you're black, white, any of that stuff? You know what I mean? And I feel like the numbers disproportionately skew towards white influencers more than black influencers or any minority influencer.
Okay, wait, so let's actually talk about this. So you're talking about TikTok in specific? You think TikTok's like just racist?
I think TikTok is definitely one of the more obvious ones. I think... like there's success stories on every platform with every race, right?
For sure.
But it's just when you get down to that middle, lower tier, it's not even close anymore. Like, and even with the popular ones, like if you think about how many minority popular influencers there are, I can name you 4 or 5 white people for every single one of those people. Like,
Interesting. But isn't the most followed TikTok guy Cabby? Yeah.
yeah, and he doesn't speak.
That's crazy.
He has no opinions.
That's crazy.
Like his opinions are just doing that, which is why it works for him, right? Because it's universal. Like you don't need to speak a language to know what he's doing.
Yeah.
And so, and he works with it muted or not muted, regardless. You know what he's doing.
Yeah.
And so with his, like I said, specific niches. With his niche, it could cater to anyone.
Yeah, well, I don't even think he has a niche. He's just like life, right? Like
Exactly.
So you're talking entertainment specifically?
Definitely. I mean, it bleeds out into other sectors, but
That's
for
actually
entertainment, for sure.
great point. I can't name one female black TikToker. Just one.
And it's tough with TikTok because they don't, like, there's no focus on the influencers. It's the product.
Yeah.
So, like, the screen is the whole screen, and your name is in white, barely seen sometimes in, like, that bottom corner. Your profile picture is this little, you can't even see the full picture over on the right side,
it puts
but
the plus
everything
on it
else
too.
is, like, you know what I mean? They just focus on the product. So now you don't, when you're scrolling, you don't necessarily know the person's name.
Yeah.
You just know what they look like and what they do.
Yeah,
Or what the scene looks like, or what their room looks like.
For sure.
So it's like, that's why I'm not really, like, I was a fan of TikTok at first just because of the editing capabilities and production capabilities. But over time, you realize that, like, you have to be a drone. Like, you have to continually put out almost the same type of content over and over again.
Yeah, for sure.
And you can't have other interests or you have to start a different page for it. And that's just too much work.
For sure.
Yeah, no, that's wow.
That's some good perspective.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really heard that, like the whole TikTok being racist. Like,
What?
theory.
I feel like the back of our minds, we always knew.
You think so?
Think about
Every app is
Think about it.
racist.
Even when we were doing YouTube, me and Radies, we had a very similar style of videos, and we'd post similar things.
I know what you're gonna say.
And they were, again, I'm not trying to be racist. I love everyone actually, but there were some like white influencers who like half the amount of subscribers, but like triple the amount of views.
Fuck it, bro. Just say their names.
I'm not saying no one's names, but like it was crazy. We would post like 2-3 times a day. This guy's posting like once or twice a week. And it was crazy how much love that guy was getting. It was just like, but you know what I said? I never blame the platform. I just blame like maybe the general masses just prefers to hear crypto information from a white person and not an Indian tech scammer. You know,
But we should know more about crypto because tech, no?
I guess.
So I guess we're trying to scam them.
Touche. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's tough. Like, and there's no way to prove these things. That's the part that sucks about it. It's like you just gotta. It's just all has to be theory, but. I mean, if you look at the evidence, it's overwhelming. Like a lot of these white influencers are doing the bare minimum.
Well, I guess
That's
it's a deeper issue too, because is it the platform that's automatically doing it, or is it people are actually subconsciously racist and prefer to see the white creators?
I think it's a bit of both.
A bit
I think it's
of
a bit
both.
of both.
It's programming.
I think the algorithm definitely is programmed by certain people.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if you have control of the algorithm, you can control where it goes. But also, people are inherently racist. Like, I remember they did that AI Twitter page where they let this bot just tweet whatever it wanted.
Oh God.
For the next like 15 minutes or whatever, and it just went on racist, sexist, homophobic rants. Because it's reflecting what he finds on the internet and how people speak on the internet. So it was literally just a mirror of what's happening.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Crazy.
It was wild, man.
We're talking a lot about algorithms going viral, lots of views. What was one of maybe your biggest YouTube checks?
Biggest YouTube checks, probably my first one, because I didn't know that I was making money or anything like that. And I was going to Miami on a guy's trip.
Hey.
And I had to spend all my money in an emergency situation like a couple days before the trip, and I was like so pissed. And YouTube had sent me something to get my PIN, and I was like, what is this? Like, what is this
the one in the mail.
Yeah.
And I typed it in or whatever. Didn't even think anything of it. Go to Miami. I checked into my hotel, and I went on YouTube just to check something. And I went into like the AdSense area, and I had not clicked a lot of these things like analytics. I didn't care about that shit, right? So I clicked it. I see $1,100 just sitting there. I was like, what?
Oh.
For what? I was so confused. And it was like, oh, deposit right now, and then you'll get your money. I was like, okay.
Crazy.
Deposited that, had a great trip.
Yeah.
But I wasn't expecting it. But like my biggest videos, I never got paid for. Like shit Toronto people say, shit Jamaican people say.
No way.
Because I didn't know it was a business at the time. I had copyright music to even just start off the video. Starting of the video is Cardinal on shit Toronto people say. Starting of the video, shit Jamaican people say is Barris Hammond or something like that. And so those
guys got paid.
the monetization was gone. There was no option back then to mute the song.
Yeah.
Or trim that part out. So I just wasn't making any money from it.
Yo, so do those videos like still get good views to this day?
Yeah, they're still doing well. Like people go back and watch all the time. People message me like, "Oh, yo, I'm coming to Toronto. I watched your video just so I can know like how people talk and what they're saying."
So
And I'm just like, "All right, cool." Like,
That is so
It was crazy. I remember when I first dropped it, like the next year during Care Bannon time, especially, a lot of people were hitting me up saying they're using it as like a tour starter guide in Toronto or whatever. So funny to me.
That's actually crazy.
That's actually
That's not meant for that, bro. It's crazy. But that's actually nuts. That blew my mind just now. $1,100 is like almost nothing.
Yeah.
For the amount of views you crushed.
Yeah.
The buildup was crazy. I thought you were gonna say something like, "It was $100,000." Like that, bro.
I had no idea what YouTube was.
Fair.
Like, remember, I'm the first person like to do it in the area. Even I didn't even know who to call and hit up and be like, "Yo," I didn't even know that I didn't know. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just walking around here just making shit for the fun of it, and because I love it. So it wasn't really a big concern to me. Plus, I was making money like outside of it, like doing emceeing or hosting events and stuff like that. So I wasn't really, and money wasn't never a big deal to me, especially around that time. Like money, as long as I could have a place, I was fine. I didn't care about anything else.
Fair. Okay, dope. And then when I was doing some research on you, I saw you had done a couple of things with acting and stuff. And I saw you had a role in the Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah, Handmaid's Tale. Yeah.
What was your role in that? Were you
I
writing
don't
or
even know.
were you an extra or were you writing on that?
I was supposed to be playing this guard. Basically, I just let them through.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never watched the show, so I have no idea.
Fair. Me neither.
I just showed up. They gave me a gun. I was like, sick.
Okay, dope. And then on one of your things, it said you were a part of the writing team for an episode.
For a season, the show called Max in the UK. It's a comedy show.
Yes.
Yeah, and funny enough, he's one of the co-stars on Handmaid's Tale.
Really?
Light-skinned black guy. His name's OT.
Okay.
And he had come to Toronto. I can't remember why he came, but I was in a different writing session, like a table read, and he had come in with a friend of mine. And after the table read was done, he basically told him, like, "Yo, I want to work with that guy." And so my boy hit me up, tell me to go meet up with them, and like every Saturday in like a hotel party room, we'd sit down and just like we came up with the characters, came up with the plot, and just flushed out the whole season.
That's sick.
It was a lot of fun. It was like my first time doing something like that.
So because you did some writing, some acting, you even had a couple of commercials some of our friends were telling us about. I haven't seen your commercials, but one of our friends was really excited. He wanted to be here. We couldn't make it. He was like, "Yo, you got dude on? Yo, I seen his commercials and stuff." So.
Yeah, I've done a bunch of commercials.
Let me ask you this. So I feel like you've breached into the whole mainstream media aspect, right? Like you've been on commercials, you've been on shows, you're doing a bunch of things that a lot of people aren't doing. But one thing that you just said is someone flew in to work or to Toronto to work with you, right? Why do we not have more people like you in Toronto?
Great question.
More people like me in terms of like...
In terms of people that are content creators that break into the mainstream media, that break into like Hollywood or, you know.
It's tough. It's tough because, first of all, especially with Toronto, with Canada in general, it's a numbers game, right? Like we don't have the numbers like the UK or America to like sustain just ourselves. Like there's a glass ceiling that you hit once you're here and you have to leave to expand your brand. You know what I mean? It's not even Canada's fault or anyone's fault. It's just like a numbers thing. And the companies, the brands, like when you look at all the Canadian brands, the American brands that have Canadian headquarters or teams or whatever, it's like half the team. It's like very low budget. You don't get the same checks as they do in America because they don't care about this market.
Yeah.
And so they're not going to cater to a market where, look how they treat the Raptors. That's the perfect example.
Fuck.
Great point.
Perfect example is the Raptors. Raptors won a championship and they downplayed it. They the whole way doubted them. Said that they wouldn't make it. I've never seen the media so against one team in my life. Like whenever there's a team that's doing well, they champion them. This guy's amazing. This guy's amazing. And the joke is like half the players are American. So it's like you're doing yourself a disservice by not talking about us. But because America doesn't get Canadian TV ratings counted over there, they don't care. Which is what I learned from a lot of my sports friends. Like when they show us over there, it doesn't do anything for them.
Really?
And then on top of that, they come here, they got to do customs, which they don't have to do anywhere else in the league. So they hate us for that. It's annoying. It's like, it's just too much.
Okay, wait, so I have a two-part question. So one, do you feel like you've hit that glass ceiling with your career and you're trying to just get out of here now?
Yeah, I think so. In a sense, like I feel like I've hit a glass ceiling in terms of like what I can do for myself.
Right.
A lot of there's a lot of jobs I feel like I could be doing in this city that have not been offered to me for whatever reason, and that's.
Do you want to maybe name a couple?
No.
No. Like, okay, let me rephrase that. You just starts calling out.
Right?
Fuck these guys. Fuck
Global TVO. Like just
not like in specific, but do you mean like hosting like a TV show, like
anything really?
Right.
Like realistically, if I was doing what I've done here, anywhere else in America, in the UK, I'd have my own TV show by now. Like I'd be in movies. I'd be doing a lot more things. You know what I mean? There's nobody that I've spoken to that has done like what I've done here, doing it somewhere else
hasn't
done that.
Crazy stuff.
You look at the UK, Mo Gilligan, like he's just got a Netflix special. He's doing tours with his comedy. Like he's got his TV show over in the UK. Like, and that's off of doing YouTube videos and funny skits. And so it's like he's not doing anything different from me. If I could argue, I'm probably doing more. You know what I mean? But it's where you're at. It's the opportunities. It's the people. And he's a talented guy. Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking anything away from him. But it's just to speak to like if I was doing that somewhere else, maybe those opportunities would be awarded to me. Whereas here, it's like a friendship thing. It's a lot of nepotism. Yeah. You don't get to like, it's not a fair shake like they try to make it out to be.
Yeah.
Like everybody that I know in media that is at the top of media has friends that helped them get there that were in media before them.
Your network is your net worth, man, I guess. So the second part to that is, and I'm glad you brought up the Raptors. When the Raptors did actually win and Kawhi carried us to glory, we saw insane scenes downtown Toronto, right? Not even fuck Toronto, Canada-wide. It was nuts, right? So it seems like the fan base, the community, everything is there for creators to kind of have something here.
Yeah.
But although we have that, where's the disconnect?
Well, it's not enough. It's just not enough. Like, I don't even know what the population in Ontario is anymore. But
can we get a fact-checked producer Mo?
It's not enough. And on top of that, like we always forget that Toronto is so different from the rest of Canada. Like people like to think that Toronto is Canada.
No, not at all.
But once you leave here, vastly different place. You know what I mean? And so it's not like the black creators or any minority creators are that well received across the country. Like even look at Quebec, they're right next door, and they hate people who speak English. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So it's just the numbers game is a problem. The inherent racism is a problem. The lack of opportunities because of my friend is this and my friend or my family. Like there's just so much factors working against you that like you kind of just got to focus on other markets. So like right now I'm doing my stand-up, but I plan on going to New York to do stand-up. Like I'm not going to stay here and do stand-up. Because I've spoken to the comics. I've been doing it for about 1.5 years now, and I can see where the glass ceiling is. And like I've only been doing it 1.5 years, and I can see my glass ceiling happening in like another 1.5 years. Whereas like I could do everything in comedy here and still be going to the same bars, getting paid the same amount, like, which doesn't make any sense. Where else would that happen? If you're killing it in New York, there's no chance you're going back to making $20 a set. You know what I mean? Whereas here, you got no choice.
Yo, let's remember, by the way, towards the end of the episode, we're going to have him try and make us laugh for like 2 minutes.
Okay, is this a stand-up thing?
I'm telling you right now.
Because we had a couple comics on, and that's like one of the best parts that we do with our show is we'd be like, yo, 2 minutes, take the set, just try and make us laugh. Like, it's not like a don't laugh challenge, but I want to ask you, so you talked about going to New York. Is there anywhere else that you would go? Because it seems like you really want to relocate.
It's not that I really want to relocate. It's just for like better opportunities. I'm
Like you might have to.
Yeah. New York is definitely the top of my list. Like I've always said, if I wasn't born here, I'd want to be born in New York.
Okay.
Just because the culture is just so vibrant and like there's so many different cultures. Plus the opportunities in New York, like go without saying. But LA is another place. I love LA. I've probably been there the most, other than Toronto, and the UK. I'd move to the UK in a heartbeat because their ecosystem there, especially for Black creators, is like it's just so good. Like so good. They're so what's the word? Tight knit, and they're like they help each other, they promote each other, like everything is, and they're making great money. Like you go over there and you walk past bus shelters and like Chunks will be holding up sneakers, Phillies advertising clothes in a window somewhere. Like they are the media there, you know what I mean? And they've been given those opportunities. So
that's crazy,
bro. It's actually crazy you said that. So when I went to London last year, I remember just walking through, I think it was like Oxford Street or something. And I'm just looking around. I just see YouTubers like on fucking billboards. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, this is real.
Sports, every YouTuber.
It's crazy. Adidas, like they're just getting all these brand deals.
Even the rappers, the local rappers. When do you see a local rapper on anything here?
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying.
Anything.
Like, over here, it's like there's a huge disconnect between like what people actually know and watch compared to like what we get advertised, which is so crazy
PR,
to me.
Man, it's like marketing for the country.
Yeah,
it's they keep everything like locally. They're like, do your thing. But when it comes to showing the world what Canada is, oh no, we can only show these things and these things. Which is why Canadian TV is like nowhere close to where it should be.
It's crazy because you guys see what happened with Google recently.
Yeah,
what happened with Google?
So with Google, you know how we have a Google News tab? Like
they're
removing it because the Canadian server, some BS that they're saying Google's bullying them. They're not paying them for using our outlets. Like, okay, no worries. We're not going to offer the service here no more.
That's fucked.
That's horrible, man. When I saw that, I think I saw that like it was last night, the night before. I'm like, I've been telling this guy for a while. I'm like, yo, we got to get the fuck out of here. I keep saying LA. He really wants to go to UK, but I'm like, LA's closer to home. I'm like, fucking go to LA.
Yeah.
And
it's the same. It's actually the same flight.
Oh, it's the same flight?
I think it's the same flight time. Pretty sure.
UK 7
like
hours.
6 hours or something like that.
UK 7. What's
7?
LA?
I think I did 6 hours to get there, and then LA is like 5, or no, 5 with a layover, and then 6 or 7 or something like that.
Word.
But I mean, culture-wise, I feel like you'd probably feel more. I mean, I've never been to the UK before, so it's hard to say.
Okay, wait.
But you've never been to LA before.
It's more like Toronto,
where
right?
I'd be in terms of culture, because it's like the exact same place.
Really?
Yeah, there's no difference.
The only thing is
like
the
you're
accent.
driving on the other side, the accent.
Well, that's
the driving on the other side, but like, okay,
and the
fine.
accent's light.
The accent's whatever.
For sure.
Bro,
But
like, it's
in
just
terms of
elite.
like culture and like parties and events and stuff like that, it's very, even just slang. It's like
it's pretty much the same.
I can go over there and speak the exact same way.
For sure.
I can't do that anywhere else.
That's true. That's actually true. I don't know the amount of time someone asked me, even in Vancouver, when speaking Toronto, I'm like, yo, what does that mean? Cheesed?
Yo, okay, so
like,
cheese is the one word that my UK friends don't know. Like, I'd be like, yo, I'm cheese. They'd be like, wait, what do you mean cheese?
Yeah, no, that was specifically us. Yeah. There's a couple that are specifically, it's a couple that are specifically them too. Like, they say in it.
Oh, that's patent.
Yeah.
Frickin',
patterned.
Yeah, their slang's funny, man, because they use some proper words too.
Yeah.
Bro, they're funny, man.
It's so funny. They use like they turn like an elegant word into slang.
Yeah.
So would you actually permanently, because it sounds like you want to do the stand-up career seriously, would you actually, or not permanently, but would you actually shift to New York to make sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, is that
definitely? If I was given some opportunities over there, for sure.
So is comedy your like main focus right now?
Yeah.
And is there any reason as to why comedy?
I just love it. I've been doing stand-up on and off for like maybe 6 or 7 years, but the last year and a half is like when I started taking it seriously.
Yeah.
And like going to clubs as often as possible, doing open mics and stuff like that. And yeah, man, I just love it. It's like it just feels like what I'm supposed to be doing.
Okay. And does it help being a familiar face when you're up on stage?
No,
Really?
it doesn't. It actually hurts.
Really?
Because they have
Yeah.
expectations.
They have expectations. Plus, they're always the expectation is two polar opposites. It's either, oh, this is a guy from YouTube, he better be funny, or this is a guy from YouTube, he's not gonna be funny. You know what I mean? And same thing with the comics. It's not even any different with the comics. Like when I first started doing comedy, none of them thought I was gonna be good. They didn't think I was gonna be shit. And now they're like trying to change spots if I'm going up before them.
Bro, you
So
want to
it's
call
like,
anyone out, man? Here's the place to do it.
Huh?
You want to call anyone out? Here's the place to do it, man.
No, I'm not calling anybody out. No.
Crazy.
I really want to get something out of them.
We will. But your buddy Norm, who's also host on your podcast, he's actually coming out here next week to do a podcast with us as well.
Oh, really?
Because he's been in stand-up for some time now.
Yeah.
So, do you draw inspiration from your friends? Are your friends
Oh,
a
yeah,
crucial part of
definitely.
your career in comedy right now?
Yeah, definitely. Like Norm's helped me out so much. He's gotten me spots. We like bounce jokes off each other.
Yeah.
Right. And yeah, he just gives me a lot of pointers as well, like just how the community, you know, how politics
Yeah.
are and everything. So yeah, he's been great help with that because he's been doing it for like a long time now.
For sure. No, because I want to ask, because when you did YouTube, it was pretty much just you by yourself. You
Yeah.
wanted to do YouTube and your friends must have helped out, but they
Yeah.
probably didn't do YouTube. But now, this is probably your first time, or not first time, but this is a thing that you're doing that the people around you do. How much does that make the transition easy?
I think it would have been easy regardless, just because the stand-up community is just so like friendly.
Okay,
and, like,
fair.
Everyone's willing to help. And especially if they believe in you, like if they see that you're talented or they see that there's something you got going on, they're more inclined to help out and give pointers. So I think it's been an easy transition in terms of like seeing good people and meeting good people, because in everything there are bad people, but I was
Right.
lucky to meet the good people and
Yes,
stand up very
yes.
early, and every one of them gave me good guidance. So
Okay, right on.
Yeah.
And then off the top, favorite comedian
ever
Patrice
O'Neal.
Patrice. I've never heard of Patrice.
Don't know what
O'Neal.
it is.
Oh, I just changed your life.
Oh yeah.
I just changed your life.
Okay, you're gonna go down that rabbit hole.
Go watch the Elephant in the Room special by Patrice O'Neal.
Okay.
He's dead
Okay.
now. but
Okay. R.I.P.
Greatest comedian ever.
Okay.
And before we actually go on to the next topic, we wanted to ask you, who are some of like the OG Toronto YouTubers who you think are underrated and should get their flowers right now?
Shannon Boudram, she's the first person to put me in a YouTube video. She had a channel way before me with this girl who was on Degrassi, Andrea Lewis. Both of them had a channel called Those Girls Are Wild. And that was like, they had Issa Rae on there in like 2011. Like,
Wow.
yeah, so they were like very forward thinking, go-getter, do-it-themselves type girls. And now Shannon has a huge sex positive YouTube channel.
Okay.
And she interviews celebrities all the time. She lives in LA now.
Damn.
Like,
Oh, wow.
big
Good
house.
for her.
She killed it. Latoya Forever. She also was a YouTuber before me. And she went on to do Love and Hip Hop, and she's living in Atlanta now. She's got a huge channel.
Damn.
Who else? For Y'all Entertainment,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
They started around the same time as me, and those been the homies. I just saw Trey's dad last night.
Oh, yeah?
shit.
Yeah, so those are the homies. They've been the homies forever. They've been killing it. They're doing amazing as well. Trying to think if there's any other I'm forgetting. Majority of the rest of them fell off.
Yeah.
They stopped doing it. Yeah.
For sure.
Word. Okay.
Because that's scary, man. With the YouTube or anything in the media is you're hot, and when you're not, it starts crumbling very fast.
Oh,
and
yeah.
if you don't pivot, it could be like detrimental, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. And it makes you question yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But as long as you find other outlets, like YouTube is not the end all be all by any means. You know what I mean? If anything, it's like rehearsal.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
stepping
For real
stone.
shit. Yeah. Because majority of my stand up now, I could point to probably half the jokes being in my videos before. You know what I mean? So like, it's just like Seinfeld, where it's like you're watching his bits, but every bit is like an episode.
Right.
Yeah.
If he were to take those episodes and just break them down on stage, it's just as funny or not, if not funnier.
Yeah.
And it could be the same thing. But yeah, it's interesting how like YouTube's just taking a turn to this like corporate censored world.
I'm feeling that, yeah.
And that's why I'm so like turned off from it
Yeah,
and
yeah,
doing
I'm feeling
anything on
that.
there because it's very restricting. And as an artist, you want
Yeah.
to feel freedom, which is why
Yeah.
podcasting feels like
yeah.
a breath of fresh air. You can swear, I can do whatever on here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, YouTube is just, I don't know, it's in a shaky spot right now.
Okay, so we brought up podcasting. Let's talk about it. How did the podcast start? What are your thoughts?
I started 6 years ago. Started it with actually I started with no one at first. First episode was with Lathan and my boy Femi, and after that, I think the second or third episode, my boy Jason hopped on as like a permanent co-host. And about 2 years in, he decided he wanted to manage an artist, and it would like just take up too much time. And so he pivoted to that, and that's when Norm jumped on board. And I originally started it because I just like listening to podcasts.
Yeah.
And then once again, noticing that there wasn't really anyone filling that space in Toronto. And I'm like, with me, I'm always like trying to think of how to build the ecosystem here and have things for like, when artists come here, like going to Flow, going to G98, Much Music, CB24, and that's it. Like, that's the whole circuit.
Yeah.
And I was like, we should have more. Like when they go to New York, they're on Brilliant Idiots, they're on Breakfast Club, they're doing Spotify shit, they're on Billboard, like doing a whole bunch of different shit. And they have a whole like 2-3 day media run of so many things that they can do.
Yeah.
And if Toronto wants to be exciting and be a part of the game, we have to have outlets too. We have to have different things. Like when people come to the city, I don't want to just be like, yeah, here's this party, this party, this party.
Yeah.
And that's it. You know what I mean? So the podcast came about from that and just seeing that the hole in the market. There was a podcast that was pretty big out here before I started it called, don't kill me now, Galcast. Galcast, yeah, it was a bunch of my homies. Before they had started, a lot of them started in media. They were on that podcast together. It was like 7 or 8 women, and they'd rotate. And they had like Andrew Schultz back in like 2012. They had Schultz on their podcast and shit. So they were also very forward thinking. And for whatever reason, they stopped doing their podcast. And when I started it, it just took off. It did really well. Yeah.
Well, Schultz is coming to town. Are you gonna get him on your pod?
I don't know if I'm gonna get him on the pod again, but I'm definitely gonna try and go to the show. I don't know if I'll be here though. I might be out of the country, but I'm trying to get back.
Yeah.
Yo, so I guess we're also curious. Who are some of the other bigger podcasts you see in the city right now?
In the city right now, Voices from the Staircase. They're
Really
dope.
Yes.
Who else? Huddle Talk's doing pretty well. Pillow Talk with Ryan. I can't remember his last name. That show looks like it's doing amazing. Relentless Diaries. They actually record at the same time as us, like a floor above.
Oh, sure.
With Trezor. I don't know if you guys know Trezor. I am Trezor. No. Very big influencer out here. He's killing it. Cardi B just posted him and shit. Like doing really well. Who else?
I know We Love Hip Hop, but they're just like predominantly hip hop.
We Love
obviously.
Hip Hop. Yep. Shout out to Friday. There's a bunch. Honestly, I could just continue listening to them. But there's a lot of there's a lot of podcasts that are out here.
For sure.
It.
That's dope.
That's pretty dope because I like what you're saying because if it does get to a point where some of the podcasts get enough love from the community and they become their own staples, it'd be sick. Because in Toronto, we can shit on Canada as much as we want, but this is probably the best city to live in. I mean, arguably Vancouver as well, because a lot of artists, a lot of actors are always flying in for movies, videos, festivals. So if we did have that circuit, that'd be amazing.
Especially in the summertime because we have Cabana open and like every weekend they have someone new coming through. Even at Rebel, someone's always performing.
And we have freaking Drake here, man. Justin Bieber's always popping back and forth. Like that's like 2 of the biggest artists of our time are out of Canada, right? So
3 top streaming ever are Canadian.
The
Weeknd.
The Weeknd. Oh my
and
God.
Drake.
Yeah, so as much excuse we want to make is, fuck Canada. These guys made it out of Canada.
They did.
So
thing
there's
is,
hope
once
for
you
us.
do
But
make
the
it
thing
out,
is, right? But think
once
about
you do make it out, you kill it.
Yeah,
Look
yeah,
at
yeah.
anybody that's made it out. They've murdered.
No, but think about what you guys just said. You guys just said make it out. So it's like it's almost ingrained in my head. It's a goal to leave,
It is.
right?
Yeah.
And I think realistically,
if you're in media, it should be.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I think that's what the problem is. Like the fact that we have to say, "Oh, we want to make it out."
Yeah.
Like if you're born in LA, you're not thinking, "Oh, I want to make it out of LA."
Yeah,
It's just
no.
I just want to make it.
Yeah,
right.
make it here.
So
yeah.
I think that's kind of fucked. But
Yeah.
it is what it is. The game's the
I
It
mean,
game.
the
is.
same thing as a kid in Idaho, though, right? Like,
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
it's anywhere, really. Like, anywhere
game's
where
the game, man.
it's not getting that mainstream attention, like, you feel like, I gotta make it out of here, man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
Fair.
And I get it. It's just so tough to stay here and sustain. Like, I always say, if you're gonna leave, at least, like, keep something here. Like,
Yeah.
don't leave and take your events, take your everything that you've given to the city somewhere else and give it to another city.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm gonna leave and do events somewhere else, I'm gonna keep my events running here at the same time. You know what I mean? Because I feel like that hurts the city more than it helps.
For sure, for sure. Now, you're a pretty established creator / influencer. What advice would you give to someone just starting off?
Just start.
Fair.
Actually start. A lot of people just don't even start. They have the idea, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and they don't do it.
Yeah.
Just start, honestly. And if you're afraid of making mistakes, like, good, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You can't do anything to stop it. And you shouldn't be doing anything to stop it, honestly. Like, you wanna make these mistakes because that's the best way to grow and learn.
For sure.
And stay consistent.
Yeah,
That's the biggest thing. Staying
super
consistent.
Wow.
That's pretty dope.
Talk to us about like the new social media compared to before, because you're like an OG in the game, right? How have you seen, or what do you have to do now to actually stand out and grow that you didn't have to do before?
Before, I feel like the algorithm was more catered to just organic growth and organic reach.
Right.
Whereas now it seems like just formulas. Like, every week someone's updating, oh, here's the updates you need to know on the algorithm.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we talking about, bro? Like, let me put my shit out and just send it to people, man. Like, I don't know why there's all these rules every week. So, like, that's the biggest thing is learning that there are rules changing every single week on social media about how you should handle social media.
Yeah, but okay, so I have a theory, right? I don't think there's anything actually changing every week. I think it's just the same people that just make the same videos every fucking week.
No,
and
it's actually
clickbait.
changing. Trust me.
You think the algorithm changes every week?
It does. You gotta ask the developers. They're the ones giving these
Interesting.
notes to the people who are
Making
saying
the
it every
videos.
week. They're not just coming up with it. It's like they're getting developer updates or
Right.
whatever the case may be. The stuff that we don't read.
Yeah.
And they're the ones putting that out. So
Interesting.
I remember they did like a question and answer with Instagram, the guy that runs the algorithm for Instagram, and he was just like, "Yeah, the algorithm changes, depending on blah blah blah."
You're talking about the white guy with the glasses.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
forgot his name. Yeah.
Yeah, algorithms are interesting, man. 'cause
It's too much rules, man.
Because that's the saddest part is you could have a series and pop the fuck off.
Yep.
And they make a change that's going to dramatically affect the way you reach your audience, and you're out to
And
dry.
the other thing is, like, you don't control what's happening. They can deactivate your account tomorrow if they feel
Yeah,
like
that,
it.
that's crazy.
You know
too.
what I mean?
happened.
So now your entire livelihood is in their hands.
Yeah.
That's why I'm very big on creators transitioning to in real life, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
that's why I do stand up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why I MC events, because
Yeah.
those things you can't take away from me. I
Yeah.
can talk on a mic anywhere.
Yeah.
But the internet, they could shut off the internet tomorrow. Then what?
That's actually a big fact.
And
Did you
what are
guys
you
see
gonna do
that?
then?
You
You know
guys see
what I
that
mean?
rumor going around where NASA's like, "Oh, we might lose internet
The
for a couple
internet?
months or years."
I love it. Please do.
You think so, bro?
I would love it.
Hell no,
It
bro.
would
For
be
someone like us,
amazing.
that suck ass. But for
That was-
stand-up comedians, I feel like that would be that would
You
be
think
the thing.
it suck ass until like
You start
week
new things
2,
pop up.
and
Nah,
life is
bro.
normal. Trust me.
No, life would be normal
That's
for
true.
sure. But think of like
I remember pre all of this, so that's why I'm not
Fair,
worried.
fair.
You guys, when were you guys born?
2000.
99.
Exactly. You guys don't know a world without.
Wait, when were
it.
you born?
I was born in '88,
Okay. Well, I mean,
so I know I've experienced a whole life with no internet before that.
nah, but I feel like in today's society would crumble without internet. Like, think about, bro, just even
Some things would crumble, but for the most part, like
No, but bro, even
any
like paying
big
for something.
transition
That's what's
like
gonna
that,
think.
things
Pay-
are gonna
just
crumble.
paying
Bro, just
alone,
imagine
man.
just paying for something with a card. You can't do that anymore.
Fuck, can you
And
imagine?
then what? Then you get used to paying with cash.
Yeah, but okay, but no, but dude,
Don't-
here's the
And
crazy
don't-
thing.
don't
don't
ATMs
spend this- then you
don't
don't spend
ATMs
this
use the
frivolously
internet?
because you can see your cash.
ATMs, they use
That'd
the
probably
internet,
be
no?
better for you.
Probably, yeah, some, yeah, I think so.
The fact that you have a card that can just tap is bad.
That's crazy.
Right, but
Like
don't.
for your money, that's bad.
I know. Okay, but the crazy part too is, remember, a lot of people are broke as shit, right? They're living off credit cards.
Yeah.
What happens to someone like that?
Oh.
No internet, no credit card.
It's life.
They don't give you credit cash.
Credit cash? It's like cash where it's like slightly faded.
The government would have to step in and do something.
Yeah,
like it wouldn't be
yeah,
just like, oh, everybody just fight
It
for
was out to
yourselves.
dry.
No,
It would be
like,
devastating, man.
Fucking
Yeah, no.
birds, fucking kill each other,
there'd be something
guys.
different for sure.
Fuck. That's horrible.
Gosh.
That's horrible, man.
Speaking of horrible things, we're gonna ask you
Oh, the red flag section.
the red flags section, okay?
Okay.
So the first one is, what are your red flags in Jamaican girls? Or what are the biggest red flags in Jamaican girls?
Too religious.
Too
about
religious?
it. Yeah.
Religious.
Well, Jamaica has the most churches per capita in the world. So there's a church like every other
Oh.
corner, right?
Oh, no way.
And so like there's a heavy belief in God and the Bible and stuff like that. But if it's too overboard for me, I can't do it.
Are you a religious guy?
Not religious, more spiritual, if that makes
Spiritual.
sense. Yeah.
Okay, fair.
Like I believe in God and like obviously somebody created all this.
Yes, yes.
But I don't believe in like the written shit
Okay,
that
okay.
men wrote. Yeah.
Okay. Red flags in Toronto girls.
Red flags in Toronto girls. No headboard. She ain't got no headboard. Yeah, no.
Oh my God.
She doesn't care about herself.
It's crazy.
Chip nails. Yeah, no.
That's
Chip
crazy.
She'll do
Nails.
anything.
Chip
Yeah,
nails.
no, she's crazy.
Nah, she'll do anything. That's crazy.
That's actually funny as fuck. The no headboards won't call me off guard.
Yeah.
Or one pillow like a guy. That's
Oh,
crazy.
fuck
Yeah,
no.
That's insane.
One pillow like a guy.
You know, guys, just we got our
Yeah,
one
how many
pillow.
pillows you got?
And we are good.
You got two?
I
Oh,
see,
well, you
I
sleep
see
with
the
your wife.
one, but yeah.
He's
Sometimes you
got
got-
2 pillows on his bed.
6?
Woman, yeah, that's bare. That's the minimum a woman should have on her bed is 6 pillows.
Yeah.
Minimum.
That
I go to a girl's house, she has 1 or 2 pillows. I'm like, what the fuck? You
Yeah.
okay, man? That's insane.
That's a little gangster for a girl, okay?
fuck no, bro. That's crazy.
Huh?
The nail.
Yeah, if your nails are chip up or not done, like, you are capable of anything.
Yeah,
I
And
don't
yo,
trust you.
some of the girls too, they'll have the excuse of, oh, it's for work because I can't work. Probably it's like okay, you can still get them done, but just
Girls
shorter.
know. Listen, I have a girlfriend. She knows a week before she needs to get it done to set the appointment, do all that, because she'll see
Yeah.
whatever they see,
Yeah.
like the indicators that I need to get
Yeah,
this
yeah.
done. So yeah, that's not an excuse. That's
Yeah,
never
fair,
an excuse.
That's the jokes.
I
wasn't
that's a good
expecting
one.
those ones,
I didn't
yeah.
expect those ones. Those are some solid red flags. We've heard a lot of like pussy stuff sometimes, but
What do you mean?
it's just
Like
like
terms of
very
dirty?
general. Like,
Nice.
oh yeah.
Oh, I thought you
She
meant like
talks in
actual
slang.
pussy ones.
No, oh, like actual pussy ones.
Like I was gonna say like,
Pussy
they
red
smell
flags?
like
Well, yeah. What are some pussy red flags?
I mean, the smell.
crazy.
Yeah,
You
crazy.
can smell it through the jeans. I mean,
Fuck no. Fuck no.
should probably pack it up.
Fuck no. That's
God.
crazy. I've had experience like that still.
No, me neither.
Like no, I said I have. Like it was just on a bus and like you could fucking.
Bro, I thought you were.
Yeah. No,
I thought you were about to say something crazy. I was like, what?
Nah, I don't kiss and tell, bro.
Wait, Fab, you're telling me you sat in a bus beside a girl or something and you
No,
literally
bro, it's
smelled-
crazy. She walked by, I could just smell the pussy. I swear to God.
I know those ones. I've
I
experienced
swear
it.
to God.
Yeah.
Fucking gross. Fucking gross.
I don't even know what to make of that.
Bro, you know what's crazy too? Since we're talking about pussy, there's some.
Since we're here,
Since we're here talking about pussy, bro, when you can smell when a girl has a period, that's fucking.
Like the penny smell?
I don't know what.
railroad pennies in there.
Yeah.
That's fucking
That
disgusting.
metallic, like
I used to work in a
fucking.
restaurant. Sometimes like we used to work. There's mostly female servers, and like you could tell, and it's fucking disgusting.
This guy's walking in. Smells like zinc in here.
Yeah, I was like walking in. I better be walking on eggshells today.
Crazy.
All right, well, since we're
Fuck,
talking about
eggshells,
periods, you guys hit it on the reds or what?
No,
Fuck no.
no.
It's haram, bro.
Is it actually haram?
Yeah.
Is it?
You know what's crazy? It is haram for Muslims for sure, but you can still be with your wife and she can do stuff.
Why
for
is
you
it
with
haram?
you. It must just be a bacteria thing.
Oh, cleanliness. Yeah, that makes
and
sense.
and a lot of Islam's kind of it's like a predecessor to like Judaism, right? And Christianity as well. And for the Jews, they can't even touch their wife while she's on her period, let alone have sex.
Really? I did not know that.
I feel like they just put that in this small print for themselves. Well, yeah, we can't even touch you guys.
Fuck.
Yeah, we can't even be
I'm so
around you
sorry.
guys.
Hey, these are smart. They're on something.
The blood with the pussy. Gotta be weve.
Fucking
That's actually funny as fuck. Well, is there anything else you want to talk about?
yeah.
pussies?
No, not about
Or-
pussy. Not about pussy. I want to talk. McFly question, man.
Okay.
What else you doing for the money, bro?
Huh?
What do you do? What else do you do for the money, for the bag? Because like you're a content creator, and you know you need 7-8 different streams. You can't just be YouTuber because you do it close. What do you do right now? Like,
Well, I have 2 event series, Midnight Society and the Versus series.
okay,
So those are 2 ways. I have merch that I've sold, so that's another way. Merch for the podcast.
sweet.
Patreon for the podcast itself.
Can we talk about numbers going into each of those?
What do you mean?
Like how much are we?
No,
no,
I'm not gonna do that.
fair enough.
Yeah, no. I'm not doing
CRA, enter the chat.
that. What else?
CRA, God.
Stand up, I guess.
Yeah.
Stand up, emceeing events, hosting events.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we talk about what makes the most out of that?
The most depends on the month, honestly. As a freelancer, it's like it's
Yeah.
hard to be like, yeah, this makes the most. Like
Fair.
every month is completely different.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it depends on the season,
Yeah.
the month. Like right now is a dry season for stand-up comedy. So
Okay.
people don't really go out to shows during the summer like that. Like
Fair.
stand-up is mostly a fall, winter thing.
Fair.
Because everybody wants to be outside, right? You don't want to be in a basement when it's nice outside. So stand-up has its season. YouTube, you get paid more during
Christmas
the winter
time.
months.
Christmas time, yeah.
So like it all depends. Like
Fair.
everything fluctuates and has its seasons. So
Fair.
yeah, it's tough to pinpoint like one thing.
What takes the most time for you, currently?
The most time, the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I
Podcast
edit
is
it,
tough.
I post it, I bring up I'm the one that comes up with topics, obviously hosting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the whole thing, distributing it. I
Yes.
put up the clips, all that stuff.
Yeah. Right on.
Interesting.
Nah, podcast. I remember when we just started the podcast. I'm all over the place. I have a couple of different not comedy, social media accounts that I run. And when we started the podcast, I remember telling Radies, I'm like, buddy, like this is not fucking sustainable. Like, I'm
Yeah.
like, this is making me the least amount of money. It's making me no money.
Yeah.
Actually, no. It was making me the least amount of money, but taking the fucking most amount of time.
Yep.
And this guy's like, bro, trust me, it's gonna work. It's gonna work. It's gonna work.
Yeah.
I trust this guy. With anything he says, I'm like, all right, fuck it, let's do it. Let's do it. Even when we had to make the commitment, because at first when we just started the podcast, we had like just random mics we found in the fucking house kind of thing, and you could hear each other's mics and those echoes.
That's how
are
it's gotta start, though.
Yeah, it was terrible.
It was
and then
fucked.
when he's like, yo, let's finance some mics, I'm like, fuck no, bro. We're already spending all this
It's
time. Now you want me to
money,
spend? We had to rent a studio. Now we gotta fucking buy a mic. I'm like, fuck
Yep.
no, bro. And he's like, yo,
Yep.
trust me. Hey, it's working.
Here we
It's-
are.
It's slowly but surely working. Man.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
So we kind of already touched upon what's next. I say let's go into our final 4.
Let's go into the final 4.
Before we actually do that, do you have any other questions or anything else you wanted to talk about?
No.
Perfect. All right. So the
Anything
final
from you,
4.
Mo? Anything you want to ask? Close enough? Oh, okay.
All right. Final 4. So
Oh, 6 buzz thing. Yeah,
Buzz.
you were so. At one point, you were fucking running 6 buzz. What was that?
I was running 6 What
was
do you
he?
mean?
Because he kept telling me that you're like.
Oh yeah, they would post a lot when they were like first starting out. They would post my videos a lot. Yeah.
So wait. So who said he?
Because he
Oh,
said he was
no.
like you know like the fucking the mic style and stuff.
Oh, like a 6 was show.
Yeah, like a 6
Oh,
buzz
no,
show.
no.
I never saw that.
Not me. No.
No.
Yeah, Skits does. I think Lil.
Oh, I didn't
yeah,
see that he
think
was there.
Skits did that.
Fucking
Back
racist,
in the day.
Mo.
Yeah, Mo, man. Mo just
Fucking
saw a
guy.
black. Wow, Mo.
You're getting beat
Gosh.
up after this.
Yeah. God. Okay, so fucking Mo. Yo, Mo always has the most stupidest moments on the pod. It's so funny.
But
we
hey,
love Mo.
he makes us laugh. Bro.
He does make
makes
us laugh. Yeah, you
Hey,
know-
speaking about laughing, should we do that first or final 4?
Oh
first?
yeah. Okay.
No,
okay.
no.
I'm
Nope.
not doing that, guys.
Oh, no jokes?
I don't do that. When
Okay.
people tell me to make a joke, it's no.
You share old jokes from
Yeah. Old jokes
some
from
of
a
your
previous
shows?
show.
From what? Sorry.
Some old jokes from your shows.
What do you mean?
Like, do you
Like,
want to say one of your old jokes from like one of your?
Oh no, I don't. I can't. Personally, I don't have that much material yet
Okay,
because
okay.
I'm just starting out.
Fair.
So to give out anything it ruins it for personally.
That's
I'm trying to gather my minutes up right now. I'm at like 40 minutes of material. So
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. It's okay. Mo already made us laugh today.
Wait, based on the comedy thing, is there a comedian in particular that made you want to go into comedy?
Okay, so just to say that on the mic.
I mean, I feel like Patrice O'Neal, but like all comics. I watched a show called Comic View growing up.
Comic.
And it was like on at 10 p.m. on BT every night. And I would call my friend and we'd sit there and just critique every comedian. And just like breaking it down like, oh, he should have said this or he should have added that or whatever. So like, I think through doing that for so long and just watching stand up over the years, like I just got a love for the whole thing. It doesn't
for
matter who it was. You know what I
for
mean? I have a
sure.
lot of favorite stand-up comedians.
Yeah. Right on.
Solid. All right, let's go into our
Let's go
final
final
four.
four.
To start off, you have to swap lives with someone for 24 hours. Who would you pick?
For 24 hours, I have to swap lives. That's tough. I don't know. Will Smith? I don't know.
Will Smith.
Will
Yeah.
Smith.
That's my guy.
Okay. It's Will Smith's
Slap or
goat.
no slap?
Yeah, just slap him.
Yeah. Slap or no slap. I like that. All right. Who would you say is the most motivating person of all time for you?
Most motivating person of all time. Probably my mom. Probably my mom. Yeah. I can't think of any I don't look up to any celebrity in that way.
Okay.
I don't think.
Okay.
Hopefully. But yeah, probably my mom. Yeah, she's just the hardest working person I know.
Right on.
Okay,
Right on.
that's dope. Let's just say your whole life up until now is written in a book. What would the title of that book be called?
Oxtail.
Oxtail? That's jokes.
I like how it comments though. I see some of the oxtail jokes
quick,
you made
too.
on. Yeah, it was fire. Okay, and then the last one of the four is: if today was your dying message to the world, what would the last message to the world be?
Fuck off. I'm joking.
We got a couple people say that now.
Fuck yeah. Just die. Final message to the world. Aliens are coming.
Aliens are coming.
They are July 4th.
Heard here first, guys. Well, that one wraps it up. Radies, you can close this one off.
Guys, if you enjoyed this video, we forgot to say subscribe in the middle, but leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll put all of Dude McFly's links down below. And until next time, guys, remember, stay seeking success.
Thanks for having me.